Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have my friend. Introduce yourself, sir.
Oh, it's Hayden.
Hayden, man, what'd you play today, bro?
I played branded Despia and kind of gimmick lock turbo.
Most definitely. Before we get started, deck profile, are there any shout outs or anything you gonna give, dude?
And not really.
Okay.
We're just here enjoying ourselves.
Hell yeah, man. And today we had a 5-round box tournament. You finished X-1 with the deck, right? Finished in second place?
Whatever the ranking was.
Most definitely. Let's get your deck profile then, bro.
All right, so it starts pretty standard. You know, 3 Albaz.
I'm gonna turn him around here. Cool. Yeah, you're good.
My bad.
You're straight, bro. That's how we do things.
Got the 3 Albaz. 3 Aluber. 2 Cartesia. 1 Quim. 1 Albion. 1 Tragedy. 1 Mercurier. The 2 Bestial package. I'm playing the 1 Maximus. Works great with Nadir Servant. Of course, Puppet Lock Turbo. You gotta have Puppet.
While it's still around, use it.
We're playing the Dark Magician. It came up once today. Sometimes it comes up a lot, sometimes it doesn't, and most of the time you just brick on it. Main decking 3 Droll is the only hand trap. It's just good this format.
Only hand trap?
Yes, the only hand trap. And in fact, I wasn't playing hand traps before I put the Droll in. I was playing 3 Duality.
Yeah.
It's just, there's so many decks that like turn skip Vanadium. I mean, you just lose if you don't have the Droll.
And how long have you been playing the deck?
I've been playing the deck about 2.5, 3 months now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's such a high impact hand trap. It's just worth main decking, even if you can brick on it. We're playing the 3 branded fusion. I got to get that last ulti.
Rich.
I wish. 3 opening, pretty standard. The 1 red, 1 lost. Triple deployment. Triple Nadir. This card is literally, in this version, as good as Branded Fusion. You can activate this card. You can send that Bucephalus, which is the Puppet Lock Turbo package. You get to search your your Maximus, and then at that point you can go full combo and go full Puppet Lock on their turn. Sometimes you want to see the Garura instead of the Bucephalus, but yeah. When it resolves, and it usually does because they've already asked you if you're using a deer.
Hell yeah.
Usually win at that point.
Every time.
So, these 2 cards are kind of terrible. I'm playing them because I'm playing over 45. I think 46 is my deck. I'm over 40, so I'm playing 46 is my deck list. These are here. It adds a little bit more consistency, more ways to get to Branded Fusion through Aluber. Tragedy, Mercurier, all that gets you the same place. But every time I activate it, I get drolled, and then I can't add the Branded Fusion. Since everyone's playing Droll, I'm probably going to cut these.
Makes sense.
Until it's out of the format.
Yeah. Good luck.
It's going to be a while. Called by, I like Branded Fusion resolving. Triple Thrust. I like Branded Fusion resolving because if they ash my Branded Fusion, I get to set the fusion duplication and just play on their turn like it's mine. I mean, that's what we do anyways, but or we have the talents, you know.
Yeah, you got a couple options, man. Thrust really like cracks open some stuff.
Oh yeah, it's, you know, you activate the thrust after they ash, you know, whatever. They might ash your Foolish Burial. I mean, they might not know what you're playing, it's whatever. Yeah. You can just search the Branded Fusion if they already have a monster, or you can just, you know, set something else. I mean, you can set like a branded banishment, or if you have a way to get the fusion, the Branded Fusion engraved without being able to recur it back to hand, you can set the fusion duplication. I mean, there's so many things you can do with the thrust. It's like tailor-made for making sure Branded Fusion resolves. And then of course you get to search talents if you need it, you know, it's whatever. They don't negate the Branded Fusion, but hey, you get to draw 2 cards, steal their stuff, it's whatever.
Just the 1 talent though, right?
That's correct. I mean, I have so many one-of bricks that I don't want to see in my opening hand that, You try to keep them as few as possible. So Dark Ruler no more, same thing. You know, they talent, they negate something on going second. You just search Dark Ruler and you proceed to win.
I love it.
Herald of the Abyss.
In the main, huh?
I was main decking this because we were having a lot of Pirelli decks running around. Not so much anymore, so I'm probably going to put it back in the side.
Yeah.
But this is a main deck out to X Pirelli Noir. You just make them send their own card to grave. They can get around it if they have a memory to summon the Pirelli, but a lot of times they don't have a memory set and they lose at that point.
Oh yeah, dude.
And it's regular spell, you search it off Thrust.
Love it.
And Thrust is always live because they're going to draw all their cards in the standby phase off the Noir. The one Retribution that always ends up in your hand is a good card, but it's always in my hand. So I don't even get to use it right. I don't know why people don't play this card. This card is nutty. It brings your Mirror Jade back, it brings your Sanctifier, your Dragoon, all of it back. It brings back the Quim, which lets you dump more, it lets you extend. The only downside to it is it's a trap, it's dead turn one.
Yeah.
You're not extending with it. But it also lets you super poly their board. You get to banish their cards. Like, who doesn't like doing that?
So definitely get to play more, it seems.
So, fusion duplication, you know, we're playing the Thrust, there's no reason not to. It's
Yeah.
two branded fusions, and if you draw it, you use branded fusion on your turn, you get to use it again on theirs, so who cares?
Hell yeah, dude.
So it ain't even that bad to draw.
Want to go ahead and show the extra deck?
Yeah. The extra deck is pretty standard except for the Decephalus package. You got the 2 Albion, the 1 Lebellion, 2 Mirror Jade, like the best card in the deck.
Yeah.
Being able to set up Sanctifier off of 1 Nadir activation with
Nice.
with the puppet engrave all off that 1 activation, and then you don't get the protection of like Lost or you know set Retribution or a Mercurier in hand, but most of the time whenever you're doing the puppet lock off the Nadir alone, they've already ashed the branded fusion, they've already played their hand traps, so you just get to go off for free. Unless they draw you, then you just, you know, skip your turn.
Yeah.
So the Renbrum, it's good to summon. It's really just for a quick effect to bring Albaz back to steal their stuff or go into a Mirror Jade. The Sprine, it's a terrible card, but it comes up often enough, and I think this is better than Quertus. This is really my main flex spot. I'm thinking about maybe even going Garura over this. It's whatever. Guggenol, it's nice to have more than one, but it doesn't come up enough that you have the space in your extra deck to play. Chimera, it's good when it resolves, but you know, I'm playing Puppet Lock Turbo and usually don't need to use my Branded in Red to summon a Chimera. It's usually summon a Sanctifier to be degenerate. Dragostapelia comes up, it's a good card. It lets you reset your Mirror Jades, you know, fuse them off with Branded Fusion off your field, and you just get to use your Mirror Jade again. It's a good card, and it's a target negate. Dragoon, this card wins so many games that you shouldn't, and it's still a bad card.
Yeah.
It's a bad card.
It's crack.
But it can just straight up steal games. It's nice. And then we have the Lilith, which is really good. You know, it's the tag out target for the Guggenol, wherever it is, whatever, everyone knows. It just goes into it. Something moves from the extra deck. I mean, you get a quick effect. You get a trigger negate. It does its thing. You get a buff. It makes your Mirror Jade a 35.
It does it. It's quite a lot.
It
summons, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it just makes your board a lot harder to deal with. And the Bucephalus package for the Brigand and the Bucephalus, you send the Bucephalus off your Servant, which then sends the Brigand. So in your end phase, you get your Fallen of Albaz on board. Then you get your Search, your Maximus. You can banish the Bucephalus, so you don't have to have any prior setup for the Maximus, so it's live instantly. Then the Maximus, it'll send a Lula Lilith and an Albion. And at your end phase, you'll have a branded in red set, a Fallen of Albaz, a Maximus, and a Cartesia on field. Which from that point, you can go Cartesia and Albaz into the Sanctifier, then use the branded in red. No, I'm sorry. Use Cartesia and Albaz into Grand Gugnol to dump the puppet, use the branded in red to grab the Albaz back, and then you use the Maximus and the Albaz into the Sanctifier. And hey, it's a 1-card activation, you get to puppet lock them, and it's usually after they've done everything, so they can't really play at that point.
Every time.
It's dumb, it's degenerate, and I love it, it's hilarious.
Yeah, you've been playing the deck for some time now, so you know the ins and outs, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everyone makes mistakes, and I'm still learning. I'm still getting back into the game, still getting up to speed, you know, meta choices and stuff like that. And, yeah, I mean, it's a complicated deck. It's really straightforward on the outside, but there's no real main combo lines you want to really think of, and that's where you're going. So you really got to see what you got and just try to play to the best of what you think you can do.
Hell yeah, because some people play the deck different too, so like,
oh yeah,
there's different perspectives on it.
Yeah, like I mean, if you're not playing the Puppet Lock, it's Mirror Jade control. That's what you're doing. You're playing Mirror Jade, you're fusing their stuff away with Albaz off the Renbrums and stuff like that, or you can play the Chimera package where you're not even really worried about the branded stuff. You're using branded fusion as a tutor for all the full Chimera lines, plus your Renbrum and stuff like that. So there's tons of different ways. I like this one the best just because it's funny.
Yeah.
I think it probably is the best variant. I mean, the deck's kind of fallen off. I mean, not too sure what's causing it. It's probably just, you know, probably more people main decking Droll, more people main decking Ash. So the deck's kind of falling off in bigger tournaments, but it's just funny to look at my opponent and see the terror whenever a puppet hits the board.
It'd be like that, man. Let's check out the side deck. Going off course. I love it, man. I love it.
So we got the 3 Nibiru. Every time I've sided this in, it's just they can get a negate up before, yeah. So it doesn't do anything. 3 Kaijus because I hate towers. These are supposed to be the Radians. They're at my house. I keep forgetting to grab them. And then the 1 Lightning Strike. So in case you just open both, you can summon yours out. So it is a little bit better than. I mean, yeah, the 33 body can be a pain, but branded doesn't really care. And you can Albaz it away into an Albion.
Makes sense.
2 Denko because everyone was playing Rescue Ace, and this is funny whenever it's summoned against Rescue Ace.
That's hilarious, actually, yeah, Denko knows.
But everyone stopped playing Rescue Ace because the deck's kind of just bad.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he thinks so. Oh, and you know, you summon a Denko against Labyrinth and they probably lose the game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because none of their monsters are big enough to get over the Denko's body.
Yeah, we had a guy here playing Eldritch today, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, Eldritch will get over it. Eldritch will get over. Genzo, same thing. Back row deck, specifically Labyrinth. It's really easy to set up the Genzo and the Puppet Lock. Yeah. At the same time. So you summon the Genzo to your field and the puppet to theirs, and they just pass turn.
Disgusting.
The Shadal Dragon is good. You side it in whenever you know you're walking into some back row. You can send it off Brand of Fusion, dump it off Foolish Burial. It's a searchable MST. That's all it is. It's good enough.
Yeah.
The 1 Duster, searchable off of Thrust. The 1 Cyclone, just because I didn't know what else to side in. And it's just another. Going first, it's a back row hate. Going second, it's quick effect. And the 3 Evenlies. I mean, it's evenly matched. It's a good card. And you can search it off Thrust, so why not?
Yeah, dude. I know you've been playing deck for a while. You got to kind of figure it out, but like no Ash, no cross out, none of that stuff.
So, if you look at my
Are you playing Imperm too?
No, I'm playing no Imperm, no Ash, no cross out. So, you got the 1 duplication that lets you play through an Ash on Brand of Fusion. You got the 3 Thrusts, lets you play through Ash on Brand of Fusion. The 1 Called By negates the Ash.
Yeah.
Where are the Nadirs? The Nadirs, because I'm playing this card right here and this one, lets you set up either full puppet lock off of a single activation. Say they ash your brand of fusion, you activate Nadir, you just go full combo anyways. Because this will set you up with a Mirror Jade plus a branded in red, I believe. Mirror Jade and a branded in red.
Yeah.
Or full puppet lock. So I mean, one activation gets so much advantage, it's not even funny. So, we're playing, what is that, 7 cards that just say I'm gonna keep going past Ash Blossom.
Yeah.
I think the ratio was like 45% of me opening branded fusion or a route to branded fusion plus one of these 8 cards.
Yeah.
And then, Ash Blossom's a 1 in 3 chance, 33% on, or 30 or 33% on a 40 card deck. So my chances of being able to play through Ash are better than their chances of stopping me. It doesn't mean I don't get ashed every game and not have one of these in hand, so it's a little bit whatever. But the math is there, and when it works out, it works out. Like today, every time I was ashed, I was able to play through it. Other days, you get ashed every game, you get shifted every game. Like round 1, I'm X1. I went X1 today. Round 1 was against Kashtira. Kashtira just auto wins. He had Ash plus shifter. It's it.
Yeah.
You can't do anything from there. There's just really no reason to play the crossouts. And I mean, technically you could, but you have so little room in this deck. The main engine's like 27 to 30 cards.
Yeah.
So your tech spots have to either advance your game state, prevent you from losing going second, or get through Ash. And I'm already playing enough cards that prevents me from losing going second and gets through Ash anymore, and it's just redundant, and you start bricking on them.
Hell yeah. And it was funny, dude, last week I think when you went X1 as well, you had a branded mirror and the guy you played against had cross out. So it's like, how was that, dude?
No, that was like the Wednesday before, but it was so dumb.
Yeah.
I set up the full puppet lock. He opened cross out, called by, and a Serenade and a mirror.
Yeah.
So I mean, it didn't matter what he used. I passed the turn. I go to summon. No, I go to branded in red to actually get into the Sanctifier.
Yeah.
And he cross out of my branded in red by banishing his. I'm like, okay, that sucked.
Yeah.
Well, I can still go. I'm gonna go, Sanctifier. Let me target the Albaz. We'll summon it back. At least I can go into a Mirror Jade or something. And nope. He had the call by as well. And then I ended up somehow getting something engraved one way or another. I think it was like Albion or something like that. So I had follow up. And he had the Serenade to banish that too. So it just sucked.
Well, look, man. Like you said, there's different ways to play the deck, but I think you kind of got to figure it out, Hayden. You keep doing well at our locals, and hopefully soon we have some bigger events here, and we see Hayden back on the channel doing those, man. Well, look, guys. Until next time, remember, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Peace.